Okay, this is Freed's Grip Cataclysm over YouTube. If I spend any more time working on this or thinking about this, it'd be a waste because I don't have a budget of $100 million to make this. Well, with the internet, you don't need to go impress some big exec or CEO dude. You can just do your own stuff online and have it be. But then again, just promoting it. You might become something like that. The Cannes Film Festival, blah blah blah. I love the democracy of the internet. I love the freedom, the anarchy. It's just everybody goes off like they want. I get off on the fact that political people whose opinions completely contradict my own. I get off on the fact that they have the right to say those things. That's how I believe in celebrating free speech in America. You got to embrace your enemies as well. So hell with it. They got the Darth Bane story, which looks phenomenal. Um, the trailer for Old Republic with Darth Malgus in it. Those two, the one where they raid the temple, and the other one where the Han Solo cowboy hat dude looks. The E3 trailers, those are phenomenal. If they could make just full movies of those, it would be just phenomenal. Anyway, out of debauchery and mockery, I thought of Snort Czars being a spoof of Star Wars. That you have instead of the Jedi, you have the Get High, and they're supposedly maybe the good guys. They're lazy enough to be bums and just get stoned all day and maybe incorporate other drugs. They shoot up or snort up or whatever. Um, and then the other side, just as evil, but they're for promiscuity and sluttism. Instead of the Sith, they're called the Sexth. So it's promiscuity versus drug use. It's two evils all sloshed together. And they'll have use the force and the lightsaber and all that. Maybe the high side of the force versus the pork side of the force. And you pork someone, you boink them with the boinker side of the force or the slut side of the force or whatever. So the high side versus the pork side, they have all the permutations thereof. I'm sure if I slid this to enough Star Wars fans, they'll be able to come up with, like Darth Vader, he's always because he's breathing in a bong or something like that. Just make it just awful. I mean, just every pathetic instance of immorality, debauchery you can possibly muster in like a 2-hour film. Just do it. Look, I'm no director, producer. I'm a bipolar freak who has 80 billion ideas in any given couple of year bracket. I've got no budget at all. I'm broke. I'm on mental disability. I've been fired from technician jobs for being too slow. I can't wipe my own ass, much less fund a movie. But if I do say so myself, I have one hell of an imagination. And to throw this out on the internet, and if I could just get this one starving film student or a Kevin Smith because he was hardcore in Star Wars, some other dude like him or something that would take this concept and just, now, I wouldn't want to glorify any drug use, even marijuana. A lot of stoners say that marijuana isn't a drug, all that, which I disagree with. I don't want to glorify any drug use, not even cigarettes or alcohol for that matter, or even abusing aspirin for crying out loud, just zero. I don't want to glorify any drug use. I definitely want to glorify any promiscuity. Shit, I'm against premarital sex for that matter. So, but it's to mock the immorality by showing the extreme degrees of it. Like in heavy metal, where the dudes have this kind of, I call it the riding lawnmower, but it spews out like crack cocaine or something, or the white powder, and they ride this thing around, and the paths of this white powder is about as big as they are, and they just get on the ground and they just sniff it and follow one trail or whatever. I mean, like, I'm talking debauchery to the 10th power. Have it that you are trashing immorality and debauchery, but just be super creative about it. You know what I mean? Even if it would include some research with like drug abuse police units or recovery houses for drug addicts or something. Maybe even former drug addicts might even work on the script to talk about some of the gut-wrenching emotional stuff, how it destroys your life, whatever. I kind of thought about don't make it rated R, like with a heroin addict popping his skin, where his arm would be all bloody and torn up. It can make it kind of graphic or whatever, you know. But it'd be adult themes, so you would want kids basically under 13 or 15 even watching this. But I think if you can be creative, then you can use humor. Like I'm talking sarcasm, facetious, biting sarcasm, humor. Not to numb people towards drug use and promiscuity, but to mock drug use and promiscuity, like just over exaggerate it to the 10th power. In all reality, this would be more than a comedy. I think this would get a point across. It might backfire on me, who knows. But yeah, I like to start this trend on YouTube. I'd like to get it to the point to where some eager beaver, kind of like myself, who's got the mind but no budget whatsoever, even when I'm on my meds, lately I've been sleeping all day. I can't get out of the damn bed, and I get back in, and I can't focus on a damn thing. I'll finally get some work done on various software projects I have with my mountain of notes I have, but the words start swimming on the page while the computer screen starts swaying back and forth on me, and I'm not focusing. But anyway, somebody in my situation, maybe not as screwed up, but a person who's capable of coming across with a great idea every like a few times a day, just something wild, and they just spew it on the internet, you know. Maybe Twitter, maybe YouTube, maybe Facebook, you know, the social media stuff. Hell, they might have a new social platform to come just for that, you know. And it takes the talented people, the people who actually can function in life, you know, the producers and directors and actors and writers who can work 16 hours a day on a project. Like they had some behind the scenes for Star Trek Voyager when they're in their trailers getting made up and all that. Neelix, because he had the most elaborate makeup with his spots and his whiskers and his side beard and hair and all that. I think these people, in fact, I'm not sure if it's the actors is bad, but I was at a Star Trek convention one time. Marina Sirtis, who played Counselor Troy in 1993, and she said the actual people have to put the episodes together. The actors just show up what's been written for them, act the part. They have to get made up first and stuff, like, you know, Worf with his cartilage on his head for the Klingon and all that, and they're gone. But the directors, the people who have to cut up the video and splice it all together and make the episode, I think she said they work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's that ungodly, which is admirable. You know, it's a very harsh work ethic, and it's very admirable. But if we could just combine these forces, you have someone like me who's bouncing off the walls in exhaustion because he got a new idea every 5 minutes, and you have the ones that can actually function, the functional directors and producers and writers and actors who are just starving because I need that next idea. I need that next hook. I just got that original idea. Let's start conglomerating, that's such a word, and just putting this stuff together, people. Let's just make it happen, you know. So here I am with Rogue One coming out next month. It's November 28th today, 2016. Let's make this happen. Let's have somebody throw out an idea what they have and do the fan art and the spoofing and all that. Make it crazy, you know. Just so here's my spoof I'm kind of putting out there. Star Wars spoof, Snort Czars. So there you go.